Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please share it with your friends and family. Today I'm going to show you how to make a baby crinkle blankie. The little blankie, like kids love to hold it and carry it with them all the time, like play, it can make a colorful or something. I'm just making with whatever leftover fabrics I have. This is I made uh, quilts before. So for this, it makes some noise and it has tags to for them to chew on or hold on to them, and they are all flannel fabric, so it is not at all dangerous to any babies. So I use this used. For crinkling noise. To make that noise, you can get any chips packet or something like that, but I use this balloon thing, and this is not actually used one. I got a new one from the dollar store. So you can do that, or you can use any used chips packets you have. Just clean it up, wipe it off inside, and use the whole thing. So it makes a very good noise. So for this I took 18 by 18 pieces, two of them, one for each side. Well, this was a leftover I had. So I made this fabric. I just showed you, like I made these tags. You don't have to make these tags, but I had to make it because I don't have any ribbon left. I mean, I have ribbon, a lot of it, but that doesn't go with this. You can actually put different colors, but all I have was like pinks and purples and all that stuff. So I didn't want to use those. So we just this is a blue one. Maybe probably this is going to go for a boy. So I didn't want to put the pinks and purples and upset them. Moms more than kids, they don't know at that age what the pink and blue is. So whatever, like for this I made those tags. Whatever, if you have any ribbons, like you just can put them the way I showed you. Fold it and put it like raw sides outside, like, and put in between them. And you have noticed, like I pin the crinkly paper on the top, the balloon on the top with pins, like so that it won't move. So we don't want, while we are stitching, we don't want anything to move. So I put all of them, like whatever I have, I use them, and made about a 4-inch pieces. I took all of them are 4 inches. I just folded 2 inches and just made sure, like, a little bit part of it is coming outside. That way you don't miss any stitches. So it's okay, like, you can cut it off later. So that way, like, if you're seeing both ends there, that means you're stitching on the top, you don't miss anything. So I put it all around. I secured them. Now I have to sew them. So for sewing, I leave a little part, like, so I'm just showing how I did it. Just sew all around. So at the beginning and the end, you always backstitch, I always tell you, so that secures the stitch. When you're taking inside out, it won't bother you. The stitches won't come out and everything gets messy if you do that. So I sew it. I have pins all around, all 4 sides. So I don't want to take them off yet because those need to stay in there. So now it is finished. See, you on 2 sides I ran over that balloon, the crinkle fabric, crinkle paper, like, but other 2 sides I didn't. So I need to be careful when when I'm taking it out, inside out. So then I have to, those 2 sides are open, so the paper can move around and it can get messy. So I just want to pin on those. Before that, I'm going to like trim all the edges, corners, trim the corners, snip those corners, and then put the ruler on the top and align, like, clean all the edges, like, you have those tags, ribbons showing out, and whatever, like extra fabric you have, like, all the threads or anything, you need to clean it now, because otherwise those edges will be like, bulky and it won't look good. So clean it up. If it is a little far away from the stitches, far away from the edge, you need to trim it off and even it out. You can do a lot of different things with that. If you have all colorful ribbons all around to attract the baby. Babies like bright colors. But this is what I have, like, and this is a very soothing color for baby eyes too. They will like it. So the noise, it was main thing is noise. They're going to love that noise. So I trim all around. And once I trim all around, I take inside out. I carefully pin for one layer, like, whatever the layer right next to the, right now the pins are all stick together, all four sides, but 2 layers. But I'm going to pin the paper to the top layer, so that way it won't move while I'm taking inside out. Only 2 sides, because the other 2 sides have a stitch on it. They are not going to move. So top and bottom I'm going to do it, and then take inside out. When you're taking inside out, just push with your fingers first, push all the corners, and take it in, like, and then push with the little chopstick or any stick you have, ice cream stick or anything you have. Gently do it, so don't push it too hard, so it will. So now I'm trying to put the pin here. So that it won't get messed up and become a lump there, like, all the paper comes on one side and it gets messy if you try to do that loose ends. So I just push my hand through there and carefully put it so that when I'm taking that inside out, it won't stick my hand. So that's why I put it on the top side. Now I'm carefully rolling it over to the corner, taking one corner, other corners first. So push it with my finger inside, and then pull it a little bit so it stays there. Then I go work on the other corner. I take all the 4 corners. That way it will be easier to take inside out. Otherwise it kind of like, if you try to pull it with one's end, and it won't be even, like, all the sides won't be even. So I take the chopstick now and push the corner further more a little bit, because I may not be able to get to that later. So I better have it right now. These are very, very fun toys for the babies, like, very safe and fun toys. So they don't get hurt with these, and they enjoy the noise. And most of the babies like to put anything in their mouth. So this is a flannel fabric. Nothing is going to harm them. And that paper inside is inside. It's not outside. So you don't have to worry about it, the colors or anything. And it's easy to wash too. I prefer hand washing, but some said like they even put it in the machine. But now I'm taking the pins out, so otherwise it's hard to take out later. Make sure every time you're making any baby products, like pins, you remember how many pins you put in, and make sure you take all of them. And make sure you touch it with your hand everywhere and see if any pins are left over. You don't want to give it to the baby with the pins in there. So you can put some rings, plastic rings, or some toys or something like that on there. But I don't have any of those, so I didn't bother doing all that. Maybe next time I'll make something a little different, little advanced. I'll show you. This is the basic one. This is a very, very beautiful pattern. I made so many things. I don't know. I bought so much fabric and I made so many of these with this, like, a baby bird cloths, this, and a blanket, rack quilt. I think I made a rack quilt. This one. Most of them are not with me anymore. I can, I make for the videos, and if I come across any baby or anybody, I'll just gift them. Like, it is, I love doing that. So I'm edging that open edges. I'm just folding and keeping it, just pinning it, like, so that I'm going to iron it now. But before I iron it, I pin it so it won't move, stays in the place. And it's not too difficult to sew on the flannel. It's very easy to sew on it, like a cotton or something. It's not some slippery fabric or something. So make sure they're all even all around. So I iron it. I'm going to iron it, and then I'll show you after I iron it, and then I'm going to sew all around top stitch. You always need to do the top stitch. It takes extra security, and also it looks good. And we don't want to just close the open edge and leave on the top stitch. So if you just do it on the closed open edge, sew it on the top of the open edge, it doesn't look good. So that's why we go all around and give a top stitch. So I ironed all the edges too, so that way our edges will come out completely. And then I started sewing, and it's finished. Like, look, see the top stitch, how close it is to 1/8 inch. That's where so the noise, you see the noise? That's what the babies are going to love it. Babies and dogs, whenever you're opening a chips packet or something, they just turn their heads so quickly. So they're going to love it. They can put their fingers in there and hold it, or they can chew on them. It's really nice. We can add some little these little stuffed animals that we keyring things and everything, like anything plastic that's not harmful to the baby. Hope you liked my video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching my video. Come back and visit me, like I'm going to post more and more videos. Thank you very much.